Hi everyone, my name is Charlotte and I'm passionate about health and helping people to bring natural health back into their kitchens and find ways to make nutrition a part of our lives so we stay healthy. Today we're going to learn two very easy and powerful ways to A, work with the probiotic plant that does all the work for us in our own kitchen, and B, turn that into a protein shake that can address the problem that we have with remembering to eat breakfast, having a meal on the run. It's really exciting. These things are easy to do and they really make nutrition a practical part of our lives. So first of all, we're going to learn about kefir. And kefir is an amazing superfood. It's a little microorganism that comes from the Caucasus Mountains and was discovered by shepherds and goat keepers, and it's a little plant that turns milk or fruit juice or sugar water into a probiotic. And as we know, the stomach has been disrupted and it's really had a difficult time in our modern way of living, and to restore health we need to work with the gut and to restore health there. So we're going to have a look at kefir, how to ferment it, how to strain it, and then how to turn that into something that we can eat and consume that is a food but is also a superfood, so it has medicinal properties. So first of all, I'd like to introduce kefir to you as a microorganism. The grains are soft and spongy. They're also, each little one represents a microorganism. So they're a colony on their own and they are alive. So the grains will keep on replicating over time. And once you put the grains into a glass container and you add milk, within a 24-hour cycle, usually it will ferment that into a drink that you can eat that is really good for your health. It's far better than taking any commercially produced probiotics. So very, very quickly, if you have a look at kefir, it's the easiest thing that you can do at home. It doesn't require a biochemist degree. It's something that you can really just let it do its own work, and then you can turn that into a drink on a daily basis. So if we have a look at our grains are put into a glass jar that has a screw type lid, and then we will insert our liquid of choice, whether it's 100% full cream milk or if it's sugar water, if it's fruit juice, within a period of 24 hours, depending on the temperature of your kitchen and then also the amount of grains that you have. You will have complete fermentation, which means that your whey and your curd separate. There's little schisms in the solution and you know it's ready. When you pop the lid open, there'll be a slight release of ethanol, which is just the byproduct of fermentation. And very, very simply, you put all of the contents into your container, and the process here is just to take a spoon and to gently massage so that you can separate the kefir grains from the milk. As you get more practice, you can do this quickly, and I promise it shouldn't take you more than 5 minutes a day. And you can see now that the milk is separating from the grains, and what's going to happen is that you will be left with the kefir milk in your container, and then the grains will be separate, as we said now, but in your sieve. So you basically just keep on separating until there's no milk left at the top. I'm loosely referring to this as milk, but I want to just make a point here that if you're lactose intolerant, if you're concerned about milk, kefir literally takes the lactose and the casein protein and it changes it into a probiotic. So you can have this whether you're lactose intolerant or not. In fact, it's used to treat lactose intolerance. Once you have finished with all of the contents and getting it all out and separating, you will take this jar and you'll put it in hot water. Just clean it with a sponge. Don't add any soap because the kefir doesn't like it. And you'll then have a clean jar, and your grains literally go back into the jar nice and slowly. You don't want to miss any of the grains because they're rare and they're powerful and they're doing the job. This is a superfood, so look after it. And then you literally take whatever liquid you're using, if it's milk, if it's sugar water, if it's fruit juice, and you pour it back into the container. If you want enough for a family of 4, it's generally good to have a litre container. You put that back into a warm cupboard and you just let it ferment for 24 hours and then you repeat the cycle. So very, very easy. And then also important when you close the lid, just to let it sit nice and gently. Don't squeeze it tight because it needs to have some air that comes in. And your kefir is strained. You can drink it as it is. It has a slightly sour taste like buttermilk mixed with plain yogurt. Or you can move on to phase 2 and make yourself a power smoothie, which we'll show you in the next video.